in such a petty thing. Because when you come first in front of any person, you wanted to poke and see who he is, or his capabilities. And let it be very clear, now we don't have time to do all these small games. And one more doubt, usually these professional seekers means their profession itself is only seeking, going here, there. Always they have a question. I am initiated by that person, this guru. Can I attend? Can I have initiation? Can I learn from you? I have no problem at all. I always tell people, I have no problem at all. According to me, I have come to fulfill, to complement, not to contradict.
Bravo.
Complementing is the basic thing. I have come to complement, not to contradict. I have no problem at all. If you are initiated by anybody or disciple of anybody, I have no problem at all. And if he has got a problem, you should check with him. If he has got a problem of you coming to me, I have no, that you have to check with him. From my side, I have no problem at all. From my side, one more thing, even after you being initiated, I always not only encourage, I recommend, go to all sources and learn whatever you can. Go to all possible sources and learn, enrich your life. After all, the whole purpose is enriching your being, enriching your life. So if at all you can add something more to yourself, you are free to do so. And not only that, I encourage you to do so. Go around, pluck flowers from all garden and make a beautiful bouquet for you. That's all. Two things you need to understand. Enriching your life is an amazing thing. But do not go around with the ego. See, when people come to me, they come and tell me, I am with this master for last 20 years. So naturally now I have to respect you as a representative of that master. Do not go to anybody with that ego. When you go out, don't claim that you are my representative. No. Go as a student and learn. Don't go as a master. Go as a student and learn. Whenever you go to somebody, go as a student. That will help you. Not as a representative of somebody. I have seen many people coming to me and they want to learn, but they want some special place. They say, I was with him, I am with him, I am his disciple. So now I have to respect him because he is representative of that master. So in that way you can't learn from me. If you are sitting here as a representative of somebody, you can't learn. No. Sit as a student. When you go somewhere else also, go as a student. You will learn. You will be helped. If you are a student, you will always be helped. If you go with a big ego, then you can't be helped. I always encourage you to go to all possible sources and learn as a student, as a disciple, not just as a representative of some organization or with an ego. So you are free to learn, to study, or even to have initiation. In none of our literature, even the literature which is given to you during healing initiation, you won't find a word, don't go to other masters. No. You are here to learn. Actually, there will be line. Please go to all the sources and learn. Enrich yourself more. These are the few things. And one more thing. Be a little more flowing for next 2 days. You are in a safe, blissful zone. So you are not here just to be frozen, to be too serious, and nobody is here to exploit you, or you don't have any threat. You are in a complete safe and secure zone. Just be little relaxed, little open. People are constantly holding their identity just to just because they feel insecure, threatened. See, deep down, all of us have got a desire to be in a place where you don't need to hold on to your identity. For example, when you see a beach or a resort or a snow-covered mountain in website or TV or in photograph, you always feel you should be there in that spot. And you visualize, fantasize, you just sitting in a boat and enjoying that ambience. You always visualize. But when you go to that spot, actually, you don't feel that joy or the ecstasy which you always fantasized, you will have it. When you think of Miami, it is fantastic. Not when you live there. That's always true. Why? Because the desire is to be in a place where you don't need to hold an identity. See, now, when you are sitting here and visualizing that Miami or the snow-covered mountains, you always know that there is nobody there who knows you. You are new to that place. You don't have to hold on to your identity for survival. It's a freedom from identity which you are searching. Not changing place, changing space. Understand very deeply? This truth will help you to have vacation here and now. Your desire for vacation is nothing but desire to be away from your identity. But when you go there, without knowing that truth, you try to establish your identity there also. In 2 days, you will establish your identity. Do you know who am I? Do you know who am I? Do you know who am I? And in 2 days, you are in your same hell. You are ready with your hell. Now, these 2 days, try to have the real vacation, means moving away from your identity. First, move away from your friends and family. Do not sit next to them. Do not sit next to your friends, next to your family. Just move away from them. If you are sitting next to them, constantly you have to react as they want. I have seen husbands do not laugh completely when they are sitting with wives. Every time they have to ask permission. If she laughs, he also He can't. He has to see. She has to see. And not only that, constantly it's like you hold on to your identity. You can't even look at somebody else. No, I'm not telling you to do that. But just looking very little clearly is nothing wrong. And you are bound so much. If your eyes are just settling on somebody. What is there? I'm not just. So much of bondage is not required. Just for 2 days. You can be little away and relaxed. Another important thing, when you are sitting with your family or friends, constantly you will be reminded that identity which you are carrying. Identity which you are carrying. Identity which you need to protect. You have your own standard. You have created an idea about you in that person. You have to maintain that. Your body language, your words, everything has to fit with that. These 2 days, understand, this is the first meditation technique I am giving for you. One more thing, I can't use the word meditation technique. It's again the word which is abused. This word has been abused in the West enough. And what all they call it in the name of meditation technique, I am surprised. Anyhow, this 2 days workshop is neither going to be with meditation techniques nor going to be no technique. How it is going to be? You will see it. No technique and no technique. I have done enough programs with techniques. ASP, NSP, all are with technique. And I have done enough programs with no technique. Dhyanasparana, Nityanandam, all are no technique. Understand? I have done programs with techniques and with no techniques. Now, neither technique, no technique. The moment I say technique, your mind has already planned that I will practice in the home regularly. I should collect music CD. It is not going to have any quality of technique. If you do it in the home, it will not work. Let me be very clear. Neither technique nor no technique. Technique means you have to try, do it again and again. Technique is a beautiful way of cheating a disciple. See, these incompetent gurus who don't have capacity to give the truth, these idiots created techniques to cheat the disciples. But you see, already they took money from disciples. Now the disciple will question, hey, you promised, you are not giving, what to do? Then give some technique and tell them, do this every day. Blow your nose 20 times. And if you come back after 2 years and no, I did, nothing happened. No, you should blow the hair through some other way also. You did not listen the instructions properly. You missed it. Technique is a beautiful way of postponing. No, ugly way of postponing. Second thing, no technique. No technique is also one more technique. No technique means you don't have to do anything. But now, neither we are going to work with technique nor no technique. We are going to work with Upanishad. Understand? This whole program is based on a Upanishad. Upanishad means sitting. The exact word meaning, the meaning of the exact word Upanishad means sitting with an enlightened being. That's all. Sitting with enlightened being is neither a technique nor no technique. Technique means you should be practicing. No, you can't practice this. No technique means not doing. It's not that you are not going to be not doing anything. It is called Upanishad, neither technique nor no technique. It is just transmission. It is just a clear connection. So for this, we need basic requirement, feeling connected. Even if you are not able to completely throw away your doubts, decide for these 2 days, you will strongly believe, you will strongly trust, you will strongly work with the master. That's all. See, completely all the doubts will disappear only when you become enlightened. Now, decide that you will put more part of your energy, major part of your energy. You will put maximum possible energy towards the direction of working with the master. You have two paths. You can put your energy to working or to doubting. Just doubting and wasting time. Now I am asking you to put your energy more towards working. Let us work. Why waste time? And if you are doubting, I need to waste a lot of time in convincing you and proving you. And I already wasted enough of time in convincing people. I have convinced 12 lakh people around the world. 12 lakh means 1.2 million. That's the number of initiated disciples. So I have convinced 12 lakh, 1.2 million in 4 years. So be very clear. In that 1.2, surely there are more intelligent people than you. So I have enough method and technique to convince much more intelligent people than you. Then surely I have enough method. So just relax from the head and do not bother too much about the intellectual knowledge and stuff and words. Why I have to tell so many things? Why I have to take so much time? Because in the West, this is a big problem. People waste so much of time in the words, so much of time in the intellectual jugglery. The other day I went to one of our devotees' house. The devotee's daughter, she was telling me, I will do whatever my mom says, but I should be convinced. I will ask why. I just wanted to ask her, then whatever you are doing, you are convinced. You know very clearly, logically, what you are doing. No, with other things we are not interested. Bothered about logical conviction, logically getting convinced. But when it comes to spirituality, we are too cautious. I wanted to ask her, you must be smoking or drinking. Are you logically convinced it is good for you? There are so many things, people are not logically convinced, but they do it. But here, when it comes to spirituality, too cautious, spending too much of time, too much of energy in just intellectual jugglery because they do not want to enter into the reality. It's a cunning way of postponing the reality. See, you have to claim yourself spiritual, but you are not ready to transform the life. So just play with the knowledge. Playing with the knowledge is a nice way of postponing the reality. Now, these 2 days, you see, now I told you that I am enlightened very clearly, verbally. India means I would have told very clearly, I am God. Let me be very clear. But you fellows are not worthy of receiving the truth. That's why I stopped with I am enlightened. I am telling you very clearly. You are spoiled, corrupted so much with unnecessary words, unnecessary ideas. In India means I would have started that way only. The West people waste too much of time in words, then going for experience, then going for the truth. Instead of working on the truth straight away, working on the reality straight away, Ramakrishna says beautifully, people who go into the mango garden and do a big survey, research, how many types of mango is there, what is the cost, production cost, what's the sales cost, and what's the income, and how many trees, how many branches, how many leaves, and the statistics, all those things, he comes out. He is intelligent, or the guy who goes and enjoys few mangoes and rests and comes out.